Right now, we want to get to another, part of this session where we are going to listen to one of the partners that have worked with the Life Ministry Kenya, and we want to know what the Lord has done over the year between Life Ministry and partnership with churches. So allow me to welcome Pastor Stanley, who is actually with us here. We're going to have an interaction with him in the next, few minutes, 7 minutes, to just understand how has his church, where he serves as the missions pastor, CITAM Embakasi, interacted with Life Ministry. Pastor Stanley, karibu sana. Most welcome.
Asante. Thank you so much, Kevin. And let me just introduce myself. My name is Reverend Stanley Amukowa. I'm an ordained minister with the Christ is the Answer Ministry, CITAM, and currently serving at CITAM Embakasi as the missions and outreach pastor. Of course, I'm also in charge of discipleship and care, plus any other duties that are assigned to me by my senior pastor. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Pastor Stanley, Reverend Stanley. Now you've worked with Life Ministry. We are curious to know, how long have you known Life Ministry, and how did you come to get to know about Life Ministry Kenya?
Let me say I have known Life Ministry for almost more than 15 years, simply because some time back I used to be very close, and which I still am, with one of the directors of Life Ministry, that was Isaac Kanyingi. But then the location of where Life Ministry is and the offices, I have been to that building to get into some other offices, but then that has made me relate and especially just come to close a relationship with Life Ministry in itself.
Thank you very much, Stanley. So in your interaction with Life Ministry, and this is particularly as Christ is the Answer Ministry, and more specifically the church that you pastor, as a missions pastor, how has your church benefited from your interaction with Life Ministry Kenya, especially in trainings?
Let me say we have benefited tremendously. And I don't know, this partnership program is coming at a time when I can actually say for the last 1 year, as a church, CITAM Embakasi, we have benefited tremendously. Traditionally, we usually hold, or rather set aside, the month of September as our missions month. Last year, you are well aware that there was a lockdown, and lockdown meant the churches were locked. We were out of church for almost 7 months, and it looked like everything was on lockdown. But my partnering with Life Ministry, we were able to just bring actually the church together in terms of just training, and the training was more so on how to continue to evangelize even in the COVID area, even in that situation. And we were introduced to a number of things by these people that were helping us through Maithia Mudama and his team, just helping us on the GodTools. That's helping us on how we can share small videos and small short stories, and how we could continue to evangelize, because it looked like everything had come to a standstill until I realized that this was a very key thing. And I remember last year, because in September, the moment we finished the training, one of the highlights of that training was that the workers, or rather the harvest is online, but the laborers are offline. The harvest is online, but the laborers are offline. That blew me off. Like, I was like, excuse me. And for information, we were able to be taken through a situation whereby we realized everybody has gone digital. Everybody is having this gadget called the mobile phone. And it's like, when you go there, you are able to do quite a lot. And then came early this year, 2021, we became very intentional where missions is concerned and evangelism is concerned. Actually, as CITAM, this year we decided to revamp evangelism. And in revamping evangelism, we even launched 40 days of evangelism somewhere mid-August all the way to end of September. But early in the year, I was able to get the Life Ministry team, and they were able to even take us through evangelism to the youth, evangelism to the children, and then we were also able to bring the entire congregation just to understand the tools and the available materials that we could be able to use. And so during our so-called 40 days of evangelism, it was an opportunity now for the entire church to go out there. And I can tell you, we had an initiative that we dubbed Let's Go Fishing, whereby on one Saturday, we came to church for 1 hour of prayer, and then people just went back to their estates. And do you know the tool that we are using? The 4 spiritual laws. I had gotten 1,000 pieces from Life Ministry, and people went out and we were able to evangelize. And let me just report here, it's good to know here that we were able to reach 510 people in one day using that. And then we got 97 people getting born again. And I can even tell us that as I sit here, these 97 that got born again are being discipled one-on-one. And so to me, I'm here a very excited person because I just came into contact with these guys. And something else that even during that time, there was that opportunity to be able to show the Jesus film, to be able to share, what do we call them, using the God app tool, just to share brief stories. And I was challenging the church the other day, even in my preaching, and I was telling them, many a times we share, I don't know, Kevin, we call them meme or is it memes? My daughter calls them memes, but I call them meme. And TikTok and sharing all this, we find things and we forward. Yet, through Life Ministry, there is so much that we can use in terms of evangelism and reaching out to people. Many of us belong to the so-called the WhatsApp groups for estates, WhatsApp groups, I don't know for what, but what do we forward? We forward stories, jokes, and things like that. And yet, through Life Ministry, there's a lot. I think I have taken more than the time you needed. You need to stop me, because if you don't stop me, I'll go on and on until tomorrow.
Yes, I can see the excitement, and I'm really happy that you're excited that the partnership, just for a short time, has really started a storm, within the church and the community that you serve. So now that you're talking about challenging your church, what would you challenge? How would you challenge other churches to basically partner with Life Ministry Kenya? What 2 or 3 things would you use to just charge other churches to consider, partnering with Life Ministry Kenya, including my church?
Your church needs actually to bring Life Ministry on board. One, of course, through the Jesus film. Right now, it's a tool that can be used within the estate, and of course, the training where we looking at the God app tools. How can you be able to bring the entire congregation on board? Because many a times we think evangelism is for a certain kind of people, but this time round, it's the time to make sure that everybody is involved. And when they get this training, when they get these materials, they are able to use them. Because I want to believe, Kevin, 90%, if not 99% of your congregants have a mobile phone. Of course, who doesn't have? And if you have this gadget, then you are holding something that can actually be used as a tool for evangelism. Then the other thing is just opening up for trainings and just helping out in terms of because I believe there are quite a number of things within Life Ministry that are able to help us where evangelism is concerned. Remember, we were commissioned to go and preach the gospel. And of course, we definitely need to use all manner of available materials to be able to do that. And lastly, the 4 spiritual laws. I was surprised when I came to your offices and I was told that we have even some in Swahili. So I picked 200 copies for Swahili, the 4 spiritual laws, and then I picked 800 pieces for English. And of course, you cannot run away. It's just like the Jesus film. It is in many languages. You cannot run away. Let's preach this gospel. Let's use every avenue, every available tool. And let me say this. You've got no excuse. Even those of us that are here, I can see 162. You have no excuse. Woe to you who made you log in, because as you log out, we have tools. They're available. Personally, I have tested, and I'm telling you, not so long ago, we reached 510, and we had 97 people getting born again. And so I can tell you, we are good to go. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you so much, Pastor Stanley. Thank you so much for your great testimony. Indeed, God is also working in our churches. We have no excuse. When the harvest goes offline, we go offline. When the harvest comes online, we go online. Thank you so much for that. And we really encourage all the churches that as partners we can consider, empowering our church ministry through partnership with Life Ministry Kenya.